What's up, YouTube? It is LeVar Love, and I want to say happy 2022. Happy New Year to you. So here it is. It's the new year, and I want to get back to the same old thing. I want to put quality real estate information out in these streets. If you want to learn something about how to flip a house, how to become a real estate developer, how to become a landlord, all of that, that's all of the stuff I'm going to be talking about this year. As I kick off the year, I'm going to do a video series on one of my favorite resources, one of the things that I use basically every week, almost every other day, and that is the house flipping spreadsheet. So last year when I was putting videos out, I did 1 or 2 videos using the house flipping spreadsheet, and I got several questions about, hey, you're using this spreadsheet, like, where'd you get this? Where's this at? So forth and so on. I'm gonna add the link below where you can click and access the house flipping spreadsheet. They do have a free demo that you can use. They have like a light version that doesn't have all of the sheets and things that I'll go through today. But here, the reality of it is, this is the best money I've spent. I'm just gonna be real with you. I literally use this for every project. It keeps me organized. It keeps me up to date on expenses, budgets, and so many of the areas auto-populate. So here it is. This is the main screen when you go into the house flipping spreadsheet. It has kind of the different phases, right? So it has project setup. So if you remember my last video, if you haven't, go back and take a look at it. I set up a project in the house flipping spreadsheet. So it's project setup. You click on that link, it'll take you directly to that sheet. Next is deal analyst tools. So it's a couple of sheets that basically help you go through it. It's where you put in your repairs. It's where you put in the numbers, price, all of the items, budget, acquisition costs, all of those things in a deal. And then you go to this spreadsheet that I'll kind of take a look at here, which is Rehab Analyzer. And that shows you several different aspects of the deal. It's a great sheet. I use that, take a look at it on every deal. Say you get the deal, you bought it, you've closed on it, you've acquired the property, and now you got to start working on it. Now you've got to start managing it. Then you have your project management tools. All of these are inside of this one spreadsheet. It's a huge spreadsheet, a lot of different cells, a lot of different files, things like that. But it has a project management aspect to it as well. And then under project management, you go over and down here at the bottom, I'm hoping everybody can see that, you have manage, where you can manage, and you have the accounting, where you can put in your income, your expenses, things of that. I'm gonna do a separate video just on the income and expenses. I know I hear a lot of people that do rehabs, do projects, and they have no idea how much they've spent, or they're doing it manually, things like that. So this is a great tool that once you input your expenses, you still have to do some manual work, but once you input your expenses, it populates how you're doing relative to budget, gives you the overall project assessment, where you're at as far as cost on everything. So it's a great tool as well. Then you have your accounting tools, that's just getting into a deeper dive. So if you want to see, hey, how much have I spent with this one vendor? How much have I spent just on demo? How much have I spent on specific line items? You can do that as well. And then last but not least, there's just a ton of reports that you can pull inside of this one spreadsheet. All right. Now, I want to go to a couple of tabs that I'm not going to go in depth. I just want to give you an overview of it, and then check out my other videos, the other series, and I will walk through each one of these tabs in depth. Here, the first one is the Rehab Analyzer. So if you take a look at this, if you've seen that previous video talking through the different costs, all of the costs, so you got fixed costs, you have acquisition costs, you have your repair costs. This was the sheet that I was using. This is that Rehab Analyzer. So on the left-hand side, mostly in orange, you have the majority of the costs associated with the project, any project. So when I go in depth on the Rehab Analyzer, I will go through each one of these areas. I'll kind of fill some things in, show you how it works. In the center here in red, you have your repair costs, right? And you have several factors that are associated with the repair costs, like your permit, contractor overhead, contingency reserve. So if you've done a project before, you know you better have a reserve, right? Then last but not least, it takes you over here to the project profit or rehab profit, whatever the case may be. It shows you where you're looking as far as profit goes relative to your repair cost and your fixed cost, okay? Then it tells you, hey, based on the profit that you're showing, or like if you click on one of these buttons and that is the cost that you want to achieve, it changes your maximum purchase price. Everybody see that? So as I'm going through and I say, hey, you know what? There's a lot of work associated with this deal. I want to make a little bit more money. 15% is not good enough. I want to make 20%. So you click on 20 and it changes it. Say, I want to make 25. It shows, hey, this is what 25% profit would be on this deal. And here is what your maximum purchase price is. So good information, all on the Rehab Analyzer. Next, I want to take a look at another section that is really exciting about this spreadsheet. It is the rental side. So this whole Rehab Analyzer puts in costs, puts in fixed costs, repair costs, shows profit. But let's just say, you know what? I'm trying to do a BRRRR, which is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, BRRRR, B-R-R-R. So it allows you to set up a rental purchase, right? All of the things that are associated with the rental, what type of loan you're going to get for your rental, and then it gives you rental analysis. So I'm going to take some time and kind of go through the whole rental side of the house flipping spreadsheet. Yes, it's the house flipping spreadsheet. However, it allows you to discuss a rental and a long-term rental, so forth and so on. So I'm going to get into that in depth in this video series. Next, I want to look at the manage piece. So inside of manage, one of the tools that I think is great if you want to stay on task, want to stay on timeline, it has a project scheduler in here. So basically, you can send this to your lender, your private money lender, hard money lender, whatever the case may be, and it allows you to track your project, where you expect to be from start date, acquisition, all the way through mechanicals, finish, whatever the case may be. You can track it, you can see it here. This is a great tool. I definitely use this as well. And then last but not least is the accounting piece. So one of the things that I love to do is the income and expenses, right? I want to understand where I'm at when it comes to income and expenses. So there's an income and expense tracker. Now this is a little manual, I'll be honest with you. It takes really, if you do it on a weekly basis, it's about 15-20 minutes a week. Whatever business software you use to download transactions, or if you just got receipts, you can put your receipts in here. You put them in here by category and expense class. So I'll give you an example. Click here. Is it a demolition? Is it framing? Whatever it is, cabinets, countertop, whatever that expense is associated with, that way it will tie it directly to your expense line items inside of your repair budget. Or it can be holding costs, right? You want to see holding costs. You can allocate it as buying costs, selling costs, whatever the case may be, so you can keep track of the expenses associated with the project. So I want to repeat several tabs that I literally use on a weekly basis, sometimes several times a week. They are the Rehab Analyzer. It's early in the deal. Got to understand what the numbers are. Got to understand if I want to go after this deal. Next is the rental piece of it. Hey, maybe it's not a flip. Maybe you want to rent the property. So it has a rental loan setup, rental purchase setup, and then a rental analysis. It is a great tool to use if you're thinking about being a landlord and doing a rental. Next, we have the manage piece that has a scheduler inside. Great tool when you're going through your from acquisition all the way through finished product. And then last but not least, the accounting side. where you look at income and expenses. And there are a lot of reports over here to truly manage dollars inside of the project. So, hey, just like I told you, I wanted to take a few minutes, go through these tabs. I wanted to talk to you about the house flipping spreadsheet, and I want to give you a tool that'll allow you to be successful in 2022 when it comes to real estate. Thanks a lot. You have a great week, great day. I look forward to talking to you soon.